Houthi military escalation has aggravated the humanitarian crisis in the country. Thousands of people had to leave their homes and head to other safer places. Because of the daily violent confrontations, this comes at alarming signals made by the United Nations that its aid programs are facing severe funding crisis. The following report has more details.
Houthi rebels continue their military escalation that deepens suffering of Yemenis. International reports show that the military escalation and hostilities has killed, injured children, women and men, and caused displacement of about 3,000 Yemenis during the past week. It also deepened suffering of 5 million people who are one step away from famine. This military escalation coincides with relief organizations' warnings from funding shortages and calls for increased funding to continue relief operations in war-torn Yemen. The International Organization for Migration stated that about 3,000 Yemenis fled their homes during the past week as Houthi rebels continue to escalate on more than one front, while the total number of displaced people increased during the past year to more than 150,000 individuals. Between December 26, 2021 and January 1, 2022, 466 families were displaced at least once. The UN agency said that conflict was the main cause of displacement, accounting for 94%, followed by economic causes at 6%. From January 1, 2021 and January 1, 2022, 26,227 families, or some 157,362 individuals were displaced at least once in the first update of the current year. The UN Migration indicated that overcrowded sites for displaced people are still receiving newly displaced families. The UN Migration indicated that 4 to 5 families often share 2 tents, while others have moved to farms and open spaces where humanitarian services are intermittent or non-existent. The organization said that the urgent funding requirements amount to $10 million, noting that the largest needs in displacement sites are shelter, non-food items, education services and water, sanitation and hygiene services. Meanwhile, the United Nations Children's Fund confirmed that 10,000 children have been killed in Yemen since March 2015, with the equivalent of 4 children per day, although the numbers could be higher. According to UNICEF, the largest monthly number of civilian casualties was calculated during the third quarter in September 2021, when 233 civilian casualties were reported, including 67 deaths. UNICEF received a total of $285.3 million, leaving a funding gap of 44% of the total amount required to continue life-saving work in Yemen. Civilians in Yemen are still bearing the burden of Houthis' war, as they continue rejecting all peace proposals.